What's going on, guys, and welcome to Maraki English with Abby once again. As you saw in the thumbnail, it says, I beat my children. That's what one of my students said to me. He said, like, I beat my children when they disturb me. I beat my children when they disturb me. I was shocked. I was like, whoa, you don't say that. You don't say I beat my children. Beat and children don't go together. These are not two words you don't want to have. You want to have only one sentence. So you don't say that. I know beat means to kick, to hit. I'm going to explain the difference between all these three, but you don't say that. So inspired with that, I've come up with this lesson. Usually my lessons are original unless I feel some type of way about them. I don't bring them to you. That's why I don't put out more contents these days. As you can see, it says, do you beat your kids? And today we have parenting vocabularies. I have X here, and I have some circles and stuff. I've come up to this part, and then I realized the audio wasn't recording, so I'm redoing this just for you guys. Without further ado, let's dive in. So the topic says, do you beat your kids? That's the sentence you don't say. So what do you say? I have it somewhere here, so don't worry about it. Before that, as a warm-up, I have some parts until here. Let's talk about these words. It says parenting vocabulary. All these words are related with kids and parents. You can be engaged in a conversation when you talk with other moms or other dads. And this is one of the topics, the most common topic about parenting and stuff. So I got you covered, okay? Don't worry about it. You're not going to make any mistake. Your English is not going to be raw or too direct. You know, like you could go to America and you see people walking and he's tired. Hey, man, he says, I'm tired. You don't tell him, hey, it's because you're fat. You don't say that. You don't call people fat. There is a big cultural difference. So among these are the things that you want to be careful with, especially when you talk about kids. It's a sensitive topic. So I got you all the words you need. Without further ado, let's jump in. So do you beat your kids? We don't say that. So it says parenting vocabulary, words related with parenting or raising kids. It says parenting. To parent, first, a parent is a person that raises a kid. It could be father and mother, but not always. But as a verb, to parent is to raise kids. It could be a noun or it could be a verb, okay? I'm a good parent. Yeah, I raise my kids well. That's what I'm saying. But if I said parenting is a difficult job, parenting is a difficult job, I'm saying raising kids is a difficult job, okay? Raise, grow. What's the difference? Grow and raise. Grow, you grow on your own. You know, like, for example, if you plant some plant, it grows on its own. Human beings, we grow on our own. But what do other people do? They raise us. So if you want to know the person that was in charge of me, taking care of me, feeding me, giving me advice, you know, like fulfilling all my needs, you say, who raised you? Who raised you? Oh, my mother raised me. Somebody else raised me. Grow up. I grew up in this kind of area. If you don't want to mention the person that brought you up, if you don't want to tell me the person that raised you, you can say, I grew up in this kind of neighborhood. Huh? Usually, yeah, we use grow up with place. Where did you grow up? Tell me. I grew up in specific town. Let me know. Second one is who raised you? Who was in charge of you when you were a kid? Who nurtured you? Who gave you advice? Who set a role model? Who did all that? Who raised you? Who parented you? Who bring up and raised are the same thing. So my brother brought me up. Brought up. What am I saying? Brought up? I thought I was just talking about bring up. Yeah, but you know, the past tense of bring is brought, right? So you can say, I was brought up by my dad, or I was brought up by my aunt, or my aunt brought me up. Who brought you up? Who raised you? They mean exactly the same thing. The last word to say is single parent. Single parent. Single parent is like, okay, you have two parents. Supposedly, the person that gave birth to you, that contributed for your existence, for you being here. But sometimes it doesn't work out. Maybe they're married and they decide to split, or you were born out of a wedlock. You were born without marriage. You were born before they got married. They gave birth to you. So you could say he was born out of a wedlock. There's one word, I don't know if it's politically correct. You could also say love child. Yeah, he's a love child. So he's a love child. See, like they didn't plan. You know, they were so in love. One thing leads to another, and you were born. So you are a love child. Anywho, going back, single parent. Single parent is the person that raised you on his own. It could be a mom, single mom. It could be a dad, single parent. I'm a single parent. Okay? I'm not though. Okay, so this is just a warm up. Now, let's see what you say and what you don't say. The first one, how do you punish your kids? This is what, like, someone who speaks English as a second language would say. How do you punish your kids? But to punish, like, it's a little bit sinister, you know? You're making them pay. I don't like that. So, how do you discipline your kids? What kind of disciplinary measure do you take? That's a little bit formal. Okay, how do you discipline your kids? Okay? Do you beat them? Do you kick them? Or do you hit them? What's the difference? First, don't say how do you punish your kids, okay? Instead, say how do you discipline your kids? Hey man, how many kids do you have? I have 5 kids. Oh, really? Oh, you must have a lot of work to do. Yeah, of course. They keep me on my toes. They keep me on my toes. Okay? Your toes are the fingers on your leg. So they keep me on my toes means they keep me busy. I never get to rest and relax. They keep me on my toes. I'm running here and there always. Oh, they keep me on my toes. So, how do you punish them? No. How do you discipline your kids? Do you beat them? No, you don't beat kids. Do you kick them? Again, kick is with leg. That's the difference. Beat is with everything you have. Okay, with a bat, with anything you have. Kick is with your legs. Do you kick them? I kick my kids. You don't say that. Hits. Still, you don't say I hit my kids. So hits is just one time. That's the difference. Kick, you could kick different times, multiple times, but kick is with your legs. Beats is with everything you have. Hits, maybe like if I have something swollen here and you ask me what happened, I could say I hit the door, okay? I hit the door, or I bumped with the door. I bumped in the door. I bumped in the door. I got into it, okay? But hit, yeah, I hit the door, I bumped in the door. So hit is one time. Beats repeatedly. Kick with your legs. So all these 2 words don't work. Spank. Spank is a good word, okay? Spank. Do you spank your kids? Okay? Not do you beat your kids. You say, I spank my kids when they do something wrong. Is it right? I don't know. You're the parent. You know what's best for your kid. So spank is to hit kids. Where? To hit kids on their... Where do you hit kids? It says on their a something. You know what? Let's reveal it. I'm thinking you guys are adults, so yeah. Ass. I don't feel comfortable using this word, especially as a teacher. So this is better. To hit kids on their butt. Okay, it's okay. But still, this is not good for me. I don't like using this. This is better. I don't feel ashamed or I don't feel bad when I say this. It says rear end. Rear. Rear means back. On your car, on the side, you have mirrors. You have side mirrors. Yeah, and in the middle of the car, there is a mirror. It shows you the back. We call it rear view mirror. It gives you the view of the back. So that's your rear view mirror. Anyways, rear end. This is the front end. This is a rear end. So rear end and this are the same. Okay? But this is okay. This is somewhere in between. So you can say, I'll kick your butt, or I'll spank your butt. I'll spank your butt, or you get spanked. All right, so the word we're looking for is spank. To hit kids is to spank. As a grown-up, if you use it, then there is a problem. There's a problem. Like if you hear an adult using this to hit other people, that's a problem. That's like it has some sexual meaning, so try to avoid it, okay? I don't think, do you understand? I think you do. Just keep it with me. I'm sorry I went there. It's just my brain getting out of control. Anyways, spank to hit kids. So how do you use this in a sentence? Your kid is bothering you. Hey, stop that. Or you're going to get spanked. Or if you don't stop that, I'll spank you. Behave yourself. Oh, behave yourself is so one. So you say behave yourself before anything else. Hey, Kadus, behave yourself. Okay? You need to stop this. Behave yourself. If you don't stop that, I'll spank you. You're going to get spanked. This is the first one. Okay, but if they're a teenager, if they're a little bit older, you don't spank them. What do? You ground them. You ground. I thought ground was the floor, the earth. Earth again. Earth, ground, land. One of my students missed the class, and I asked him what happened, and he said, oh no, my father bought earth, and that's why I didn't come to class. Your father bought earth, so we all belong to your father. Now, you buy a land. You don't buy a ground. You buy a land. A property you own is called a land. Ground is just this. Earth is the whole planet, okay? So, but here, to ground someone or to ground kids means it's just no fun. What do? If they're adults, you stop talking to them. You get mad at them, like maybe your wife, your brother, your sister. If they do something you don't like and you have a disagreement, you stop talking to them. You just keep to yourself and that's it. You have a straight face always. You don't talk to them much. But if they're kids, they're making you angry. Huh? You're so you're so angry, you're so mad. But they're there watching a movie, laughing, having fun. You can't put up with that. So what do? You ground them. Grounding means nothing fun. No TV, no going over to their friend's house, no doing anything interesting, anything they'll like. You tell them, you go to school, you come here, you do your homework, you go to your room. That's it. Okay? No phones, no nothing. That's called ground. So, that's ground. How do you use it in a sentence? You're going to get grounded. If you don't do your homework, you're going to get grounded. Okay? What? You're talking back to me? You're answering back? Oh, okay. You're grounded. You're grounded for a week. You're grounded for 2 months. You're grounded for a month. I don't know. You can ground them. Okay? That's the second one. So we have spank. We have grounding. Here, you have take away. Yeah, I think this is the most effective, especially right now. Kids are in love with their gadgets, electronic instruments, especially their iPods, their phones, their stuff. So take away is that. So, hey, if you don't behave, if you don't do good in school, I'll take away your phone. Okay? I'll take away your something they love. I'll take away your video game. You go to their room, you take it. So I'll take away your this. So you have 4 now, right? No, 3, 4. Let's see. First one, you spank them, you ground them, you take away their stuff. The last one is timeouts. Timeouts. You take some time out of something. You're not involved anymore. You're out and you're taking some time. If you're playing basketball and you want the game to stop, you say timeout, right? So there is activity going on, especially for very young kids. They're playing and you tell them, oh, come. Don't do that. Don't touch this. Please stop. You say this over and over again. So you say, hey, you know what? Time out. Come. You sit them in the corner. They don't do anything. They take a time out of the playing or whatever fun they were doing. They just sit on their own, no talking. They think about what they did wrong. Time out. That's the word. So how do you use it in a sentence? I'm telling you, don't write on the table. You don't listen? Okay, that's it. I'll put you on a timeout. I'll put you on a timeout. And he's sitting there. And his sister is going to talk to him. Don't talk to him. He's on a timeout. He's on a timeout. He can't talk. Okay? Yeah. So last one, you can say, yeah, that's it. I told you 3-4 times. You didn't listen. Timeout. That's it. Okay? You tell them, timeout. Go to your corner and sit down. I don't know which one is more effective. I'm not a parenting Experts, I just want to show you all these words because I saw a lot of people in America struggling with these words. They don't know which one to use. I hope it helped. So, do you beat your kids? We don't say that. I'm summing everything up right now. So, I came up with parenting vocabulary. To parent is to raise a kid. You have raise here. You grow up on your own. Somebody raises you. But a substitute for raise is bring up. So, if you want to tell me the person who raised you, you can say my mother, my aunt, my uncle brought me up. Usually, we don't say my mother brought me up because that's her responsibility. So, we don't mention it. But yeah, my grandma brought me up. I was brought up by my grandma. Both are possible. Single parents can be a verb or can be a noun. I'm a single parent. He's a single parent. Single parenting is difficult. That's what you would say. This is where the fun begins. How do you punish your kids? We don't say that. How do you discipline your kids? That's better. Beat, kick, hit. We don't say any of them. Okay, hit. Oh, interesting. If kids are fighting, each other, you can tell them, no hitting, no hitting, no hitting each other, no hitting. You're not allowed to hit your brother or your sister. Except from that, you don't say, I hit my kid. You have spank. Spank is the word we use when we talk about kids and disciplining them, especially physical punishment. So hit a child on there. We don't use this. Instead, but is better. If you want to be more disciplined with your words, you can say rear end. Rear means back. Let's not forget. You're going to get spanked. I'll spank you. This is how you use it in a sentence. To ground is to stop kids from having fun. Generally, yeah, they don't get to play. They don't get to do anything. You give them time to think about what they did wrong. So you're going to get grounded. You're not going to do anything fun. You're grounded for some time. Even the kids can say, I'm grounded. Take away, we take the stuff they like the most. Usually, these are electronic stuff. The last one, for younger kids, they have a timeout. They sit in one corner and they don't get to do anything but just sit. I hope you like the content. I'm always trying to come up with something interesting. I could just bring something from the book and then teach you, but if I don't feel it, and if I don't feel like this is something different, it's never been done in that way, I don't come with the lesson. Show me your support by liking and sharing this video. Till I see you next time, take care of yourself. Don't ever stop working on your English. This is Mark English with Abby, over and out.